So we at the Intel stand, Arduino Day, and with Mr. Pretty Swag Nero. Not sure what he's shaking, but okay. So dude, tell us a little bit about some of this Intel toys in here.
Okay, this is the Intel stand, as you said. I'm an Intel student partner, by the way. Okay, here we have this car. I like to call it the Intel car because yeah, it's awesome like that. Okay, it works with the helmet. As you can see, the helmet has the Intel Edison on it, and it has a sensor inside which can sense like 90 degrees of motion. So let me say that this car, you can send it to places where you yourself cannot go into. Like for example, let me say that you send it into the mines. The car goes into the mines. It does have a controller, which I don't have now. You can send it into the mines using the controller, and then you put this helmet on, like so. Once you put the thingy on your head, it senses the motion using the sensor inside, and then it senses the direction in which your head turns and sends the data to the Edison. This Edison then sends the data retrieved by the sensor to this Edison over here, and then if maybe you want to see stuff that's happening on the left side of the car, then you can literally just put this thing here, turn to your left, it sends the data from the sensor to the Edison and to this Edison, and then it rotates this thing, the camera. It rotates the camera, and then you can see what's happening in the mines. Moving on, this is the Intel Edison board. This is the Intel Edison board, the small one. Can you see it properly? Yeah. And then let's move on to this side. This is the Intel Genuino. So it was programmed basically for movement. It's almost like what I've shown you now using the car, but with the Genuino, if you can maybe move to the screen, if I take this Genuino and move it, it senses the motion, and then as you can see, it's reflected on the screen. Okay, moving on, this is the awesome drone. This is the drone. As you can see there, as most of you know the drone, but this one is a more special drone, as I'd like to say. It has GPS on top of it. So what you can use this one for is for tracking devices or beacons maybe. There's a software on your app store called Beacon Locator. Locate Beacon. So you can basically just install the software onto your mobile device or maybe your phone whatsoever, or maybe on this beacon over here, and this thing just senses how far this thing is from the drone. Maybe if you lose this thing, you can basically just send this thing to go look for it, and then it sends you data in real time on your system. As you can see now, I have this beacon over here. It says near. Let me move a bit far away. It's changing the direction. Let me move a bit far away. You see, now it's saying far. And then I can move closer. If I move closer using this beacon, maybe just put it on top of this thing. Or let me just put it here. It says immediate, meaning that it has finally found wherever the beacon is, because the beacon is now close to the drone. So yeah, this is the stuff that we have. And oh, before I forget, here we have the Grove starter pack. This is for Intel, like you can just get this stuff like this. It has sensors in it, a temperature sensor and a light sensor. A temperature sensor and a light sensor. There's no power.